Hey guys, we are here for week 12 of the Formula Ford Fixed series. We finally did it. Last week, last track of the calendar for the season. So same as always, we're in the fixed setup. We're at Okayama Short today. We're going to give you a walkthrough lap and then a hot lap. It's quite a quick circuit, it's 56-second lap. So it should be quite easy. So we will kick off into turn one and get going. So as you come down the front straight, you want to make sure that you're to the left-hand side as much as possible. We're using the blue pit cone as our brake marker into turn one. So fourth gear, line it up. So right there, blue pit cone. Nice big brake pressure. Fourth back to second gear. Stay to the left as much as possible. Now, I use more curb on entry than you would probably think, just to help rotate the car. I feel like if you can rotate the car on throttle with this thing, you'd make a lot more time. So as you turn the car in, get it to the curb, you'll see where it's like a bit more dusty and the grass has died. You want to be up on that curb as much as possible. Then pick the throttle up nice and aggressively, second gear. Let it run out, up to third. And then I'm using, strangely, it's just after this little flag marshal post. It's probably in line between the two demountables, actually. It's probably about there, so roughly. And then what I'm doing is, so third gear, but it's like a brief third gear. You could probably hold second as well. So just play around with it to find what you're comfortable with. I'm going second into the corner, right? So I tack in on a sort of diagonal angle, get close to the curb, back to first gear, let the car run to half track. And the reason I'm doing that is I'm trying to open up the next segment of corners for me. So what I'm doing is by running a little bit deeper in, I'm then going to come back across, get on the curb, stay nice and tight on the curb, and then shift up to second, rotate the car in, but I'm still tight. And then once I get to this point here, I'll full on the throttle, like let the car slide off the apex. It'll run right to the edge of the road, and you'll actually carry a lot more speed that way out of the corner. Up to third, at the 50-meter board, that's where you start to brake nice and aggressively. Back to second, back to first. I turn in sort of, it's a weird turn in here, so I actually run kind of a little bit deeper into the corner, so I kind of get to this little gravel escape road, and then I start to rotate the car in, and I don't want to hit the apex until I get to the back half of the hairpin. So that point there, and then I stay tight, so I stay on the left-hand side, and same again, I run deep in, and I sort of turn back on myself to get the apex right at the end of the hairpin, and then carry all that speed up the hill. You want to make sure you get good drive, because even though it's only a little crest, it does have an effect. If you've carried a lot of speed in, you're going to bog down trying to come back out. So by running deeper in, turning the car back, and then accelerating up the hill, you'll get a bit more momentum. So first gear through both of those hairpins. I hold first between the hairpins as well. Then up to second, up to third. This one's just a slight little lift to get the car to rotate in. Use all the curb. Let the car slide off the corner. Let it track nice and wide right to the outside. And then for this one here, I'm braking around, I guess you could say, the end of the tyre wall. It's probably just a little bit before, so as we come down, so see the tyre wall there, it's probably the end of the white tyre wall, and then just there. So you'll see from this point here, third gear, back to second gear as I rotate the car in. I stay to the outside as much as possible, but I do turn in early here. So once I get to this point where the grass is kind of like stopped dying on the edge of the road, and then it goes back to more green, that's where I start to turn the car at the corner. Get the car on the curb. Again here, it'll help the car rotate. It'll slide off the apex. Be able to pick the full throttle up. Out of the last turn. All the curb on the exit. And there you go, guys. That's your walkthrough lap of Okayama. in the Formula. That, guys, is the lap at Okayama in the Formula Ford for this week's racing. Good luck.